this life sealer.
I actually didn't realize that's how big the disparity was between the two, but ISIS 325 movement speed in comparison to the 370 Yamate. Kind of insane. ISIS will have to watch himself as Mosin is there, ready to go whenever. Gonna wait it out for now. They have vision on ISIS, but they aren't looking to make the play quite yet. Still mid lane, DJ. Gonna have a run through between the Tier 1 and Tier 2. Not spot out DDZ on the Zeus. Gonna wait for a little bit, but there's probably no point in being here, so it looks like he'll just go and try and secure that top power rune, which Moon is already able to take. In fact, he'll give DJ the bottle.
Visibility.
It's that beautiful Warden play to watch that movement out, and of course you've already got DDZ. He's been farming those camps for a while as a Zeus, farming efficiently, so he had a rough time in lane, but he's ahead in last hits because of that. 45-1, a good spot for Zeus to be in. Of course the ramp up to Ags is going to be important, and I think they're really just waiting for perhaps their Bloodseeker to be up at 6. Once you've got that Rupture on, you can make a lot more aggressive plays around the map.
Moon's looking to make an aggressive play right now on DDZ, but some nice posturing there from our Zeus, just hiding in the tree line. Does also have Barry right behind him. They've got Ice coming in though. The Venomancer guarding out that tree line with the Venowards. Very dangerous predicament here for DDZ and Barry. I suppose on the positive, you can just arc lightning and push the wave out, but DJ threatening lives. Bloodright going to be out. They do lift up the Tiny. DJ going to go for the TB, but it will be cancelled off by Mosin. Or they'll give up the push attempt on that T1 mid tower, though it is very low now.
Yeah, this is a early rotation out to take this key objective, but this is 7.5 minutes in. It's already at 170 HP, so New Esports, they're going to have to keep that healthy. It's not in deny range as well. The one boon they're getting is that Yamate's got free space to farm. Our life sealer that was already big is getting to a faster point. Armlet's going to be up at around 10-minute mark, maybe 11 if it goes a bit later, but you're going to see a very early active life sealer up and running. Imagine that with a Bloodseeker once you have Rupture running down at you with the Infest Bomb. That's not something you want to deal with early if you're Fnatic.
That's very true. Especially if you lose this mid-tier 1 tower, it's going to open up more farming spots for Fnatic and just open up the map in general, which should allow Moon to start setting a tempo for his team. But, well, if you can get that armlet up in time for Yamate, you should be able to fight back. Still, Ice is trying to make it as hard as humanly possible, but again, on the Veno, there's just not much he can do. They're going to just try and commit to pushing down this tier 1 top tower instead. Even Raven now joining them on the Drow Ranger. I don't believe New Esports will attempt to try and defend. I'm sure they'll just go for the trade down to the bot tier 1. And yeah, Yamate, he'll go for the TP down bot. They'll just start trading towers.
Yeah, it's not the biggest tower to lose, that top one. You're dragging out the safe lane carry as well, so he's not really farming up as efficient. Raven not up there in last hits. Definitely a big divide between him and Yamate. So New Esports, they've got that 2k lead. They're looking to, again, apply that pressure bot. You're not really seeing a defense opportunity here for Fnatic, so it's going to be a straight-up trade. Ice is moving down, though.
They want to try. Rupture going to be out from Candy. He has the Veil. Ice going to take a lot of damage already as they get the Thunder God's Wrath in and they take him out. Now DDZ chasing down AU, gets a double kill, but a great Sonic Wave out from Moon. And now DJ in on the Tiny, but he's also got Moon. Oh, the Bloodright.
Oh, Yamate!
Oh,
the knife!
Yamate, why?
Just to make sure, Mike, you know, you make sure you don't lose anyone. They don't drop anyone, to Yamate's credit. They get 4 kills. And that rotation out, it looks so good. Right out of nowhere, you see DJ and Moon come in, but the burst damage wasn't enough. Yamate, he infested in, they got enough damage off. This is the power of New Esports draft. It comes online in a snap. Right, that early Veil from Candy, it just means they can fight so much faster. You don't need your Zeus to have one. He's going to have his damage amped up. This is all without the Blood Rage up and running as well. Once you've got the EXP to invest in that skill, to even amp up your damage even more, if Fnatic doesn't find that same item timing with a pipe, it's going to be really difficult to maintain yourself in these engagements.
I agree with that. Very, very successful team fight for New Esports, and I just kind of wonder why Fnatic even bothered trying to defend that tier 1 bot tower. They'd already gotten the tier 1 top at that point, and well, they tried, but it was definitely far from successful. Put Raven just a little bit further behind now in the drought. This is really not what you want when you're up against this lifestealer. Like, we were talking about the fact that they don't really have a way to close the gap on the drought, but if you're going to give them this much of an advantage this early on, I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Oh yeah, and it's the tricky part for Fnatic is that was also kind of them trying to flex a power spike, right? Like Moon had his Sonic Wave ready to go for a long time since hitting 6. He just never managed to find a rotation. So they felt pressured to find a kill, to find an exchange to snowball out. I mean, even DJ on Tiny, beyond those kills up top, we haven't seen rotations mid turn out too successfully. We haven't seen pickoff. So it's been a lot slower for Fnatic than they'd like. Esports keep up that pressure. They are smoked up.
They know Ice is around that die jungle somewhere, and with that Fortune's End to fly out, it should mean his death. Candy Loon will just commit the rupture with the Blood Rite, of course, and didn't even get the Veil off in time. Just killed him. Fnatic, they just can't respond.
It's a scary spot. Because he's the guy who's going to build the pipe. So he's got his Head of Defiance up. It is closer than it was before into the pipe, but every second it's gone.
The drow keep you safe.
Bit of a sad occurrence down in that mid lane, John. Just 3 heroes from Fnatic, and they're the ones backing off. Yamate the only one in that mid lane. They just don't really seem very confident right now to even risk trying for the lifestealer, and of course Yamate would easily be able to get away with that infest, but now with 5 heroes here, maybe it's time to have a crack at this. Up to DJ to get that nice initiation off on the Tiny. We throw a scan out, but it does not catch anyone. Try and loop around through the Dire jungle. Seems that New Esports are aware something is awry here, and they're just waiting behind that tree line. Yamate will just deny the T1 mid tower, but now they run into the range does come out in time now with the Blood Rite. DJ going down so darn quickly, and they get absolutely 0 out of that Fnatic.
They don't get the tower gold, they don't find a kill, they use the smoke for that. Again, they feel pressure to find kills. Like, they need to make something happen with a Quap, they need to make something happen with DJ Tiny, but they're not. They're feeding some advantage here to New Esports. It's a 5k lead now. We're at 2-10 at the 13.5-minute mark, and you can just see how confident New Esports is. They know the movements of Fnatic. They've read their smokes out really well. So they're not giving too much breathing room out here to Fnatic, and Fnatic, they've got to find some answers. They need to get these smoke ganks working. DJ is saving up for a blink in the Tiny. That's going to help out, especially when Moon jumps in, but it's still a long ways off. This is a support Tiny. They're trying to give him space. It's not going to be as fast as you'd want it to be. Raven, as well, for his part, level 9, is saving up for his Yasha. We'll see how he itemizes beyond that, perhaps looking for the Manta here to get in a better spot stats-wise. Could go with the SNY as well. The timings of this Drow is just not as nice as the Lifestealer compared to Yamate. The Yamate's 11, 2 levels ahead of Raven. He's in a fantastic spot. He's going to have his Heaven's Halberd up soonish. And once you can get the disarm off onto the Drow, she does no damage.
Not only that, but just defensively, the Heaven's Halberd's going to be pretty darn nice. It's going to be a real problem here, this Drow Ranger. You don't have that tempo setter anymore for Fnatic. Like, Moon did not... He didn't get the start he wanted on that Quap. He didn't get a couple kills and start rotating across the map and finding even more. He just couldn't quite get there. Trying to chase down DDZ too long, and now they're just trying to play the split push game. But there is a big smoke out from New Esports. Reinvade that Radiant Triangle, and then they'll run into AU, who actually does scout him out. Because AU is just guaranteed to die here to Yamate. But try and buy time, but the Rage is going to be there, and the Purifying Flame is going to take him out by Mosin. They will not be able to commit to the T1 tower push, though, as Moon has ensured the creep wave is pushed out.
Yeah, and that's the one positive right now for Fnatic. Like, despite these kills coming out for New Esports, they haven't progressed in objectives. Mid-tier 1 for Fnatic, still very healthy. Top tier 1 as well in a really good spot. So there's no way to advance map control for New Esports, despite the 6k lead. That's something they'll look to fix. They spot Moon, though.
Radiant's top
be all
tower
right.
is under attack.
Get the TP off in time.
Radiant structures are
You've got
fortified.
DJ now, at least he does have the Blink Dagger coming out on the Tiny. So now there's a decent way to close the gap and get some nice tosses off here for DJ. We haven't really seen any kind of good initiation as of yet from this Tiny, but at this point he should be able to find some decent ones as they are going to run into DDZ. Barry will just steal the Scream of Pain
Radiant's
away.
top tower has fallen.
Moon, be cautious, he gets lifted up, the silence not going to be there in time. Barry almost going down to the avalanche toss of DJ. And that'll be a blink reveal out from Fnatic. They are unable to get anything out of it. It's like both teams just stare each other down in that mid lane.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit tricky now. New Esports is going to reveal another item of their own relatively soon. They've got that Ags on DDZ, so they can just go ahead and find this rotation once more with the global presence of the Zeus.
Dire's bottom tower.
There it is, Nimbus is dropped. Was on Moon, Avalanche is there onto Yamate, swap it out onto DJ, but he is definitely just dead. Trying to slow them down, but Rupture is going to catch out onto Raven? No. Where was the Rupture? AU goes down.
It's on Raven.
It was
it's
on
just
Raven.
kind of stuck there. Yeah. So
Still a 2 for
couldn't
nothing
really
trade.
die. Still a better trade for New Esports, of course.
Dire's bottom tower is
Fnatic,
under
their
attack.
one boon here is that they're only losing supports. Their cores aren't being picked off. You're still somewhat keeping up in farm. It's not a good look. You look at Ice,
Dire's
5.8k net
bottom
worth
tower is under attack.
compared to, again, compared to
top tower
Candy at
is under
7.3. There's just not enough to keep up. That pipe we've been talking about for Ice, he does have the gold, or he's very close to it, hasn't committed, but they're going to need that pipe up soon. They're going to need to find a way to make these group up works, because right now, New Esports is just really
Dire's
controlling
bottom tower
how
is
these
under
fights
attack.
break out and where he acts.
Got that Heaven's Halberd now. Good. Gonna be feeling even more confident now to fight into Fnatic. Thunder God's Wrath actually gonna kill off Moon. DDZ. That was a solo pick off in our quap. Top lane, DJ gonna be cautious. He does blink away in time. Looks like the name of the game here for Fnatic is just continue buying time for Raven. We have seen New Esports continuously trying to push that mid lane in, but it has constantly been defended.
Yeah, it's been pretty good in that sense for the hold of Fnatic. What they really expect from the Drow, I'm not entirely certain. They're going for the SNY buildup, which is nice. NK lead now from New Esports. Even if you get that SNY up on Raven, that alone in the Drow is not enough. There are several other things that need to come out. The BKB on Moon is going to be pivotal as well. We need to see the pipe in play from Ice, so they've got it. They can try to go for a group up. There's so much risk right now. Candy, he's at level 11 in Bloodseeker, so he finally has a level in Blood Rage. Imagine that in the Zeus and the damage that brings.
It'll be fun. Yamate again gonna start pushing in that mid wave. And again, Fnatic are gonna be there to defend. Ice. He'll TP in and start getting those Plague Wards down. He's buying a lot of time here for Raven. Slowly making his way to that SNY. You start to wonder for New Esports, like, do you even bother hanging around this mid lane any longer? It doesn't seem like they're going to be able to commit to that tower unless they do get a pick-off or two. We haven't really seen a smoke yet, but perhaps now we will when we do. Barry, he does pop one. Wrapped through to that Radiant Triangle once again.
Radiant are scanning.
Ooh, great scans.
20-minute banner coming up as well, John. DJ gonna break the smoke of Yamate, so he'll try and rush up, but they are gonna avoid everything. Some great game sense out from DJ. Great positioning. While they can't get the bounty runes, at least they do avoid having to take another team fight.
Radiant's courier
Yeah, and they're
has
drawing
been
lines
killed.
now from Fnatic. Looks like they want to make a move of their own. They've got the smoke out. So this is when they show that pipe. This is when they show these pickups they've saved up for.
are we smoking towards the enemy? They're going into the dire side triangle, but I think it's fairly obvious nobody's going to be there from New Esports, as you just saw them run towards that top lane. Perhaps hoping to catch out DDZ or Yamate in that triangle by themselves, but they are not there. They are sticking as a team for now, so Fnatic, they might think about the Roshan play. Raven's going to come in, so will Moon, and they're going to get started. This is not going to be the easiest Roshan, and it is going to be fairly dangerous, as I believe New Esports should be well aware this is going to be happening.
Oh yeah, they had a ward spotting. There's the god.
That's a lot of
Thunder God's
damage.
Wrath as well. It's just gonna get worse. They're not amped up, and they might find stuff here.
Yeah, Ice, he's been ruptured up with the Veil out, and he's just definitely dead. He will buy it back. They're going to take the team fight. They'll go after DDZ, but it's just Moon. DJ right behind him. They've got to be careful. It's just a lot of damage out from DDZ right now. Meanwhile, Yamate's still going. We'll go for the Infest on a creep. And that was Yamate versing about 3 to 4 people and just not dying. AU now going for the swamp, a great Sonic Wave out, but it's just not enough damage. DDZ is still alive thanks to that false promise, but now DJ jumps in and does kill off Mosen. There goes DDZ on Jesus. Yamate, he's just going to fight the whole team by himself, and it looks like they're going to back off. They don't want to deal with him, so Yamate, he'll take DJ's life. Now Moon jumps back in, but Barry gets a scream off. Gale out on Yamate, he slowed him down, but this Bloodseeker is going to run fast. There's your buyback from DDZ, throwing the Nimbus down onto Moon. Now after Raven, the Yules is going to be there in time, so Yamate should be able to get this Shroud Ranger, and they are. Oh, another disastrous fight for Fnatic. That is not what they wanted.
Oh, definitely not. The stalling tactics from New Esports just work. Like, even if you lost your Zeus, even if you lost your Oracle, it bought enough time to get that damage flying out. The pipe from Ice, it's not mattering too much. Their positioning isn't able to maximize that shield. And Fnatic, they find themselves at the 12k disadvantage. So the fight's not working out. They only found a couple of kills. They forced a buyback from the Zeus, which is great. But that Roche they were gunning for earlier, they're not in a position to contest it anytime soon. They've got that SNY and Raven, and they forced that fight without it. They've got it now in their Drow. I don't think that's enough. It's definitely not enough. They need a lot more. They need that BKB on Moon. That's the big one. So you have at least one core who won't get controlled up, who won't get bursted down. But before that point, like, if you're just depending on the pipe, it's not enough from Ice.
Oh, DJ. Can he get the blink off? He can. And that last Roshan fight did just seem very, very desperate from this Radiant side. They'll leave it for now and just go back to farming, as they do need to start working towards that Hurricane Pike and BKB on Raven now. Gonna have to really have those defensive items up, as Yamate is getting close to an Abyssal Blade. And once that Abyssal's up, Raven won't really be able to run away too easily, until at the very least he has the 4-star. Which, in all honesty, it looks like Yamate is going to have that Abyssal before he does even have the 4-star up. And speaking of Yamate, John, he's pretending to be a range creep right now. Ice hasn't noticed, so now Yamate just going to jump in with the open wounds. He'll go for the TP, but he does get bashed up by Yamate. Oh, I love the cheeky play out from this lifestealer. And of all people, yeah, Ice, you've got to tip him. That's an Ice play if I've ever seen one.
Oh yeah, New Esports, man, they're just surprising us. Like, again, we haven't seen Lance and DDZ too much in this tier, but they're showing up today. Fantastic play so far. 13k lead. They just have control. Like, they might not be progressing in objectives, they are going for that tier 1 mid. So this is an important one. If they can fully commit to this, take it out, it gives them a clearer path towards Roche, a clearer path towards taking control in the jungle, the Radiant jungle, which we haven't seen them really plant wards in. So that will open up the map for more aggression from the esports side.
It definitely will. What else is going to open up more aggression, John? This Roshan play. Yamate going to go straight for that Aegis now. He's just about less than 1k gold away from having that full Abyssal Blade up, and in fact, they're going to leave the Roshan, go back for the Bounty Rune, and perhaps go back for the Roshan. Yamate, do you want to bomb?
Oh no. It's the same story. You know, last time we missed a kill on Moon, he was split pushing bot lane. DDZ was around. His damage is just insane. They find all the bounty runes. They're gonna find Roche. Fnatic, they're just bleeding out hero by hero here.
Problematic. That Roshan is still happening. Yamate just getting it done by himself. Candy Luna will jump in and try to help out. This is only escalating here for Neon Esports. Oh, excuse me, not Neon, New Esports. Neon will be on later on. Oh, AU gonna try for the swap, but no, he will not be able to get it. Yamate does get the Aegis, and now AU gonna go down. DDZ once again able to find another kill on the Zeus, and he's just been doing a fantastic job.
And it's all just bad news for Fnatic. Excellent news for New Esports. You know, the Abyssal that you talked about, it's up. It's there. So no matter what you have here from Raven, from even Moon, you're not going to stop a Abyssal life stealer. He's just going to run up. He's got 2 lives now as well. 16k lead on New Esports up against Fnatic. And we talked about, you know, the roster shakeups maybe playing a factor here. It feels like Fnatic got caught a bit off guard, right? They've got the comfort picks of Veno, they've got the Brow, they've got Moon's Quap. These are heroes they all excel at, and it's just not showing up. I think New Esports, they throw a left fielder here, right? Bloodseeker Zeus. I mean, it's working out fantastically, and I mean, we haven't even seen the combo with Blood Rage. I want to see it. I want to see them get DDZ the Blood Rage, have him nuke someone from long range. Just do it.
Oh, Barry, he's got an infested life stealer right now. So Barry's going to be the initiation here for New. He's got a blink tagger, John. He could theoretically just blink in if that's what he wants to do. Barry, are you going to do it? We saw Yamate with the range creep play before. This is a little bit different, but
tower is under attack.
I guess it's similar. Oh? And yeah, he'll just blink in. Oh, all right, AU. Gonna go down.
Dire's bottom tower is under
just
attack.
not much they can do about it.
Oh, I love this from New Esports. Like,
Radiant's middle
their
tower
playstyle right now, it's like a well-coordinated pub, right? Like, it's just really pub-made heroes run at you, force these fights out. It's like your core yelling at you to let your life stealer in, you know, and just running around. It's working out. Like, right now, Fnatic, though, they're trying to split push the bot lane again. You've got DJ clearing that wave out, but you can see the clump up from New Esports. They're just applying pressure on the opposite side. There's no room for Fnatic to farm safely, although Modzen melts.
Radiant's middle tower
He does.
is under attack.
Luckily for him, he can heal himself up, so he'll be just fine. They are still taking that middle tier 2 tower. Yamate just happy to be able to auto attack it down, and would you believe it, John? Yamate now has a paladin sword to take. Oh, look,
Of course.
look at that. Who would have guessed that was going to happen?
As is tradition, now we just need to wait for Fnatic to pick up a repair kit. Then we'd be set, right? That's exactly what we want as casters to see every single time. And that is going to
I'll
happen.
take it too far, John. It's not, no repair kits, please. We have 8 games today, John. I don't think we can afford to have repair kits in the game.
Oh, it's still... The BKB is up for Moon, so that's Fnatic's cue to smoke up. This is their first smoke in a while. It has to be successful.
Barry's infested again, John. He's going to blink in with the lift up, and that is Ice gone. DDZ, the one to take the kill there with the Nimbus. Now, bot lane, who have they got there? It is going to be the Oracle. So 1-for-1 trade, but that is still your POS 3 for a POS 5. Still definitely a positive trade out for New, but well, you just see how much more valuable the position 5 was on New Esports. They gave about 500 gold away to Fnatic.
Is under attack.
Yeah, and at this point, again, you take what you can get if you're Fnatic. You do lose a tier 2 for that effort, though. Top tier 2 gone, mid tier 2 was already gone a while ago, so 1 outer tower left for Fnatic. The map is starting to shrink, and this is the lineup we expected to force these towers out earlier. So not a good look. Fnatic gonna have to try to find a way back in again. They've still got Moon's fresh BKB. They gotta make use of it.
Are scanning.
Barry's been infested. Take the outpost. Be Candy Loon taking care of that one. Barry, meanwhile, going through to that mid lane, getting the lift off onto Moon, and that is a huge pick-off. They can get it, and they can, and now AU trying to come in for a swap attempt. He does get 4-staffed out.
Oh boy.
I think for Fnatic right now, the only play they can really afford to make is just defending high ground. 20k behind, it's just way too far.
Oh man, and it's just set to get worse. You've got the Bloodstone out in DDZ, so he can just...
Oh no.
He's not going to have mana issues. He's going to be able to sustain.
Into the tier 4 towers, this could be it. He does still have the Aegis available on that life stealer. False Promise going to save him, but a great swap in from AU. Yamate gets the Abyssal off. Another swap in onto Yamate. He still has the Aegis. They'll take out one life, but now AU might go down, and he does. They do also get Ice. Back with the silence. DJ jumping in with an avalanche, but won't be able to get the toss. 2 buybacks expended from Fnatic, and that is going to be it for New Esports. They do back off.
That was on the edge for New Esports. Yamate, on his stat, had about 3 seconds on that Aegis. Like that, that second life from the Oracle might have turned out to be really bad if it came any second later. So on the edge, they make it work, they force a couple of buybacks, and they maintain control in the triangle. So the New Esports, they don't feel daunted. They're looking to go again. Barry.
Yeah, they saw Ice. It's an easy kill on Ice. It's obviously his job to try and just push out that mid wave. And
Radiant are
in
scanning.
fact, I believe he was actually baiting for his team, John, but they couldn't make it in time to help him. That is a very, very upsetting kind of bait to have. Fnatic, they're still going to try and loop around through that mid lane, but they're not going to find anyone.
No, and it gets difficult now. That's a dieback on Ice. He's gone for a full minute. And you can see New Esports, they're just pressuring these lanes in. They don't have a roach to take. They don't have anything else to do. So they're just going to shut this map down. And Fnatic, they're not finding that space to farm. They're going to have to defend these tier 3s as the siege does begin once more.
Yeah, they definitely are going to have to defend. That tier 3 tower not going to last very long at this rate. DJ looking for another attempt to get a toss back. Rupture is going to be thrown out onto Moon, but he'll just blink away. Thunder God's Wrath now out. They are trying for Barry on the Rubik, but he'll be fine as AU going to be chased down and does end up going down.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Back towards that Rax. They just can't be stopped at the moment. It's a 3v5 situation. Gus will do nothing as Yamate does just press the rage button, and they'll leave with the Rax advantage.
Yeah, just like that. Very clean for New Esports. Fnatic now 29k behind, 6-29, 32 minutes in. There's the Dagon's flying out from her Bloodseeker. You know what that means when a Bloodseeker's got Dagon. It's going excellently here. They've got the advantage. They know it. And Fnatic...
He gets a quickening charm as well, by the way, John.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
In case his cooldowns weren't short enough already, get him a quickening charm. Help him out a bit.
Oh boy. This is gonna be tough for Fnatic. Like, man, I've been talking about Moon's BKB. Mike, can you take a look for me? Tell me how many seconds is left in that BKB. How many seconds on Moon's BKB? I see 10.
Oh, don't do Moon like that, John. Don't. The 10-second BKB. It's always a classic, right? When you see the 10-second charge. It's always a little bit upsetting to see, but in all fairness to Moon, John, I can't say that Fnatic has had a good enough team fight where it looked like he could actually use it.
Yeah, it's been 1-by-1. That's the major issue for Fnatic, but I don't really think that's Fnatic playing bad. I think New is just playing so well. Like, they find us a kill once more in DJ. It's just, they're all over the map.
I've never had to follow a Rubik, of all things, throughout this whole game, but there we have it. I mean, I'm just going to keep my eyes on Barry this whole time, apparently. As Yamate continues to just choose him for the Infest target. He still seem to know Moon is around that bot lane. They're just waiting for him to show his face. Yamate will be the first one to show up, and Moon, of course, will... Oh, Thunder God's Wrath comes out. They're looking for a lift. Barry, Nimbus perfectly positioned as well. They have vision. Moon, he has no TP left. I believe he just used BKB up. Barry does take the blink away now. He's just going to wait as Moon does have a DD rune, but Barry going to blink forward. Now DDZ, where are they going? He went north, Moon. But they know Barry is still on the chase. Still, Moon will blink away further north. And I believe they are aware.
Oh my god!
Again, perfect. Moon has no TP to play with, so he is just trying to waste the time of New Esports. He'll blink north again, but Barry blinking right on top of him. Won't realize where he is, but now they will. Moon, he blinks into the Thunderstrike. Oh no!
What? What was that? Like, Moon, a valiant chase, but the game senses from you, man. DDZ, this guy's a radar system. He's just finding him in the jungle, in the fog. Good God, like, Fnatic, they're buying time. I mean, they're buying time, but look at this candy.
Gonna run into DJ with the blood right out. DJ really has no chance of survival here. Does go down. They also get AU. Right. And you know, John, most people, when they saw new esports, you know, in the team lineup, they would have thought this is one of the underdogs of the tournament, and I would have agreed with you. But they are looking absolutely fantastic, John. It's a 31k net worth lead.
It's an insane lead. It's 6-33 as well. Like, I have not seen a game like this in a long time, and I have never seen a game like this from Fnatic in a very long time. So the Roche is being taken now by new esports. They've got the leveled up Dagons. They've got the refresh on DDZ. There's the cheese and Aegis on top of it. Fnatic, I don't know what the answer is. The problem is new esports, and I don't know what answers Fnatic has. It has to be pixel perfect play from the side of Fnatic. Pixel perfect play from the side of Fnatic, and it's just so difficult to overcome this kind of gap.
On the brighter side, by the way, a 9-second BKB charge. So just to make you a little bit happier, because I know it was triggering you just a little bit.
That was the use in the jungle, you know, in the tree line. So.
I wasn't going to be out onto Ice, and he just melts.
It's when you can't even stay in that ridge line on your high ground, and the ball things
just setting the courier. Just something needs to get in there. Someone needs to defend the tier 3 tower. Heroes can't do it. Send the donkeys in. We'll get it done.
You know, new esports
again. Barry, Moon, he is melting. Swap out from AEU, but he's going to lose his own line.
It's just being dismantled.
There you go.
And they called.
Yep. There's GG's called. That'll be game 1.
6-35, 34k lead. New esports with a very spectacular showing in game 1. Fnatic, a bit I can't say a bit. That is a very rocky performance. They had a solid draft. Is it down to the new team composition? Is it down to not?
Fnatic's turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Radiant team ban. Fnatic's turn to ban. Radiant team
remaining.
ban.
Ten seconds remaining.
你行你行，你上你上。
Holy moly!
5 seconds remaining.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Radiant team pick. Fnatic's turn to pick.
Ancient apparition.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Radiant team pick.
Clockwork.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Fnatic's turn to ban.
Faceless Void.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds
Radiant
remaining.
team ban. Fnatic's turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Fnatic's turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Time.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Venomancer.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
I speak for the trees.
Seconds remaining. 5
Fnatic's
seconds
turn
remaining.
to ban.
Terror blade.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Fnatic's turn to ban.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Radiant team pick.
Ember Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Earth Spirit.
Choose your hero. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
你行，你行，你上，你上。你行，你行，你上，你上。
Prepare for battle. 30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Holy moly!
Oops. You have been denied.
Dire's courier has been killed. Dire's courier has been killed.
What?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Refuse gold given. What have we here? Oops.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Have been swooned.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Strike, 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 strike!
Dire's courier has been killed. Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
Time is money. Never refuse gold given. I am harsh. Come from it. We are like spirits.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle... Radiant structures are fortified.
Triple kill. Regeneration.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant... Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower. Dire are scanning.
Mitch. Because generally speaking, you might want to go into a Veil straight after, considering you're up against Terrorblade.
It's pretty open in how you itemize around this. I think it really depends on how the game develops. They're gonna, I think they're gonna hold out for a bit more. Although Ice TP'd in.
Yeah, he TP'd in and got an avalanche straight away.
Dire's middle
Well, at least they
tower
wasted
is
the
under attack.
relocate. So you got something out of that if you knew Esports, and now with that gone, you might just commit to this Tier 1 mid tower.
Should be an easy committal. They've still got the Chrono as mentioned. They're looking for to use that. Yamate does spot Moon, but doesn't opt for that play. A bit slippery.
DDZ has an Arcane Rune, John. Every Earth Spirit's dream to have this, in my opinion, very balanced. No bias here from me.
Is. Absolutely balanced. Of course, down to Ice and Blue, which they've done a pretty decent job. Still waiting for... Looks to be a 4-staff on Ice. Once that's up, they've got a few more options to jump in and themselves out as well. New Esports, for their part, seem pretty content and kind of just split farming as well. They've got the Spirit Vessel up though on DDZ, perhaps looking to make use of that. They are pinging out the top lane for a bit of a shove-in.
Dire's top tower.
I think he can just afford to. Even with the pipe up now on Candy Loon, he can join them up at top, and he will. TP going to come in from Moon, but they have the Orchid, and Candy is waiting. An exit here, unless Barry gets the Blink Avalanche toss off. But Moon is staying well and truly back.
Radiant's bottom
just trying to buy time so his own team can push in the bottom Tier 2 tower.
Is under attack.
Ice Blast is going to fly down to the bot lane. Raven is going to fly through him, so it does connect. He does take the damage, but instead of defending that Tier 2, they are Roshan playing now, New Esports.
But
it seems the Moon is aware of this. Ending pot lane, Yamate Chrono is committed. They catch out Raven, and with that, they're going to burst him down, go up, gone. A great bait play out of New Esports.
Oh man, like using the rocket flare against your enemy, they do catch out Mosum again though.
Ice Blast
for that
is out of time, and Barry can clean up. It's a Pulse 3 for a Pulse 5 trade. Look at DDZ. Into the Spirit Vessel, and DJ has no chance of survival. And it's a 4-for-1 trade and a Roshan on top of it.
Esports, the movements are perfect. They get spotted by the flares to bait them into thinking they're still in Roche. They come in, and then they walk their way back up to the pit. Like, this is just perfect cyclical play from New Esports. The timing is on point. Fnatic, 6. It's still looking better than game 1. It's a 3K lead for New Esports. They have got to watch out, because the moment this team gets momentum, they run away with it, New Esports.
Not very often either, the Roshan into a quick defense team fight. But it really was just... With that, another 4K net worth lead for Fnatic, looking to just try and defend this mid-tier 1 again. And of course, we saw really the downfall for Fnatic. Once they lost that mid-tier 1 tower, their whole map was suddenly not really theirs anymore and was owned by New Esports. So we'll see if they can manage to take that one down. I mean, we're almost 19 minutes into the game without it going down. But once it is gone, Raven is going to be missing a lot of farming space.
Yeah, it gets trickier to split that farm with an Ember and a Terrorblade and a Venomancer. Like, one of these heroes have to give. You saw what happens when the Venomancer falls behind. You don't want to see what happens when the TV and Ember.
It's
gonna be tricky. You see, New Esports, they're committing up top again. They forced the Fortify out. Fnatic just trying to take over that bot jungle. They might be able to catch out Barry for their troubles, but they're gonna lose a tier 2 if they commit that hard.
There's that tier 2 top gone. Barry gonna chill out and wait for someone to dive in after this tier 2 bot tower. They do have Chrono up in 10 seconds, so this is actually perfectly timed by New Esports if that push attempt does come out. With Nagus, of course, on Yamate, so he's not worried about his own life. They are going to slowly try here. Raven does show himself for a second.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
In fact, never mind. Gale is there out onto Barry. They aren't going to commit all the way, though. Ice just going to back off, back towards his team.
Is under attack.
And New Esports seem like they're not going to go for this defense attempt, but rather to let Fnatic take it.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, in the end, I suppose you could consider that a tier 2 for a tier 2 trade. does work out rather evenly. You do see some items flying out though. Loon does have his Maelstrom, so that's additional magic damage flying out. Even more split push potential from our NP. That is something to be careful as they do finally make moves on mid, and Fnatic, they can't allow this one to fall. They sent Ice to stave that off.
It's not just the Maelstrom, by the way, John. Yamate has the MKB coming out. With the Mask of Madness, that is going to be a lot of damage and a lot of attack speed. And again, he does have the Aegis Chrono. So, New Esports are definitely looking for a big... I don't think Fnatic have really what it takes right now to try and fight it out. Unless they can keep Raven safe. I suppose Moon does have a double damage bottled up, so you do have a lot of added damage on this Ember. They might try for the defense, but they've got to be very, very wary about those new items. See what happens here is we do one pause. New Esports are actually the ones to retreat.
Yeah, I can't fault them for that. They're just playing it safe. They know the caliber of caliber of team that Fnatic is. There's a BKB now on Raven as well. So there's some moments here for Fnatic to reveal some of these pickups against it, but there's a smoke now from New Esports.
Question is who they're going to find. Moon, he'd be a great target, and can they get the Chrono? He does go for the Slight. Silence will not hit in time. Moon will just make his way out of there. Barry, still in that smoke. We'll try to use Yamate as bait for a nice avalanche toss start. AU going to be very, very cautious about getting picked off here on the IO as they do need him alive, and Fnatic do commit TPs, but Yamate again has that Chrono. There's your avalanche onto Ice. No Chrono yet, he'll hold out. The relocate already out from AU again. Now the hook shot in from DJ. Moon also there, but the Chrono not going to catch the Ember. They'll have to settle for the clockwork. Ice Blast not going to connect either, but they have made the jump back onto Ice. There's two gone for Fnatic. Now Raven won't be able to turn around and fight. He has to back off. They do actually eventually end up killing off Barry thanks to the DPS of the Venomancer, but it is still a 2-for-1.
Yeah, I'd say Fnatic should be happy with that, although Yamate?
He's getting chained up, dude. Gotta be careful. The bashes, oh my goodness. Oh, you gotta be a bit wary, even without the Chrono. He still has the Aegis.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a brave movement out, but still, Fnatic, I don't think they're too upset about that. Managed to force the Chrono out without losing their big heroes. You'll take that. Still want to find a better trade, but they're in a spot where they don't have to worry about Chrono for at least 2 minutes.
Oh, Raven. Oh, he's alone. Yamate could not get a lucky bash off, but look at the TPs coming in now. They are a bit too late. Looks like New Esports, they know exactly where they are, so they'll go for a smoke.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Again, using Yamate as that frontliner, that kind of bait on the Void. He's running very deep in that T1, but Avalanche toss. Barry has found out Raven with the Ice Blast to fly in. He did get the Sunder off in time, but it may not matter. Or perhaps it will. He did pop his BKB as well. Meanwhile, Yamate kills off AU in the backlines. DJ getting rolled back on. Yamate just